today we're going to do an unboxing of Marvel Champions Civil War. I'm just waiting to make sure everything's working on the stream before we get to it. This is the beginning of Wave 10 for Marvel Champions. And from what I understand, this is the last wave that Caleb Grace, one of the original designers, participated in. I'm just waiting to make sure everything's working on the screen before we get to it. Okay. Looks like it is. So, great. All right, so let's get to the unboxing. So yeah, notice there was no shrink wrap on this one. This has a little safety sticker. All right. Oh, there's multiple safety stickers apparently. That was just one. One of four, apparently. All right, there's two. Used to shrink wrap, not these little stickers. These are I'm used to for like hero packs. All right, so there we go. So we got all four of them. We got the rule booklet, and yeah, it looks like they're using less plastic, so that's good. All right, so I am actually going to skip looking at the rule book for now. Dirk and I are planning on doing the pre-cons, and also we'll do PvE, and then we'll do some PvP games as well, I'm sure. All right, so let's start with Tigra's deck here, I guess. So let me lower the camera. All right. All right, so we're going to look at Tigra's pre-con here. So we got Greer Nelson. Let's get this lined up here. She's got a 3 recovery. She's police, undercover work, action. Search your deck and discard pile for a copy of Hunted and add it to your hand. Limit once per round. She has a hand size 6 and 10 hit points. I'm also checking the stream to see how it's looking as we go. The lighting is not the greatest, so it might be a little hard to read the cards. I apologize. I don't have my proper lighting. It's over at Dirk's. So we're just going to have to live with this lighting, so I apologize. All right, so on Tigra, she is a 1/2/3. She's an Avenger. Each minion with a copy of Hunted attaches loses guard. And then on the hunt is a response. After the player phase begins, draw 1 card for each minion engaged with you to a maximum of 3. I'll see if I can try to get that a little less blurry, if possible. Once I see the next card here on the screen or on the stream, I will see how that looks. Because like on my end, it looks good, but looking at the Tigra card, that does not look good. But there's a bit of a delay. So let's see what Moon Knight looks like. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think I can improve that, but let me give it a shot. Let's see. I don't think it's the focusing is the problem. I think it's the lighting. All right, we'll see if that's better on the stream when it catches up. Moon Knight, he costs 1, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. He's an Avenger. Force response. After Moon Knight enters play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and put it into play, engage with you. Stun and confuse that minion. Yeah, I apologize. You're not going to be able to read the cards very well. I just do not have the proper lighting here. All right, support. This is the next card. We have the Precinct HQ. It's a 2-cost support. Location, alter ego action, exhaust Precinct HQ. Remove 1 threat from a scheme. Remove 1 additional threat for each minion engaged with you. So this is like her thwarting card that we saw in the original article. We have the Cat's Head Nebula. It costs 2. It's a artifact item resource. Exhaust Cat's Head amulet. Generate a strength resource for each minion engaged with you to a maximum of 3. So that's really nice because that's she likes to be engaged with minions, so she's going to have a lot of resources that way. Oh, we have 2 copies of Sharp Claws. I thought we would only get 1, so this is good. 1 cost upgrade, Sharp Claws, weapon. When you make a basic attack, exhaust Sharp Claws. Tiger gets +1 attack for this attack. Choose. This attack gains overkill. This attack gains piercing. So you can get 2 different attacks at a +1, and then you can decide if you want overkill or piercing. All right, then we got 2 copies of cat-like reflexes. It's a superpower, hero interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, discard cat-like reflexes. Prevent 3 of that damage. You may confuse a minion engaged with you. All right. Then we've got 3 copies of Hunted. It costs 0. It's a condition. As an additional cost to play this upgrade, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a minion and put it into play, engage with you. Attach Hunted to that minion and stun it. When attached minion is defeated, ready Tigra. Wow, this lighting is really bad. I'm so sorry, folks. We have 3 copies of Tooth and Claw. Let me move this over here so my hand doesn't keep getting in the way. Let's see if this helps a little bit if I do this. All right, so 3 copies of Tooth and Claw. It's attack, superpower. Reduce the cost to play this event by 1 for each minion engaged with you. Hero action attack. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Then we got 2 copies of Feline Senses. Oh, she's got another thwart. That's good. Superpower thwart. Hero action thwart. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, stun a minion. All right. So now Tigra comes in aggression. So we've got an ally here. The 2-gun kid. He costs 3. 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. He's an Avenger. When 2-gun kid makes a basic attack, choose 2 enemies instead of 1 and resolve this attack against each of them. Okay, we have a reprinted card. I thought Spider Girl would be good in her deck. So Spider Girl, she costs 2, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 2 hit points. She's an Avenger. After you play Spider Girl from your hand, stun and confuse a minion. Then we have 3 copies of a support here called Air Cover. Cost 1. It's a tech. Uses 2 fuel counters. Max 1 per player. Response. After a minion enters play, exhaust this card and remove 1 fuel counter from it. Search your deck and discard pile for a tactic upgrade that can be attached to that minion and add it to your hand. Yeah, I'm not happy with this lighting. Okay, this is a card I'm really looking forward to trying in different heroes. Aggressive conditioning. It costs 3. It's a condition. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. You get +3 hit points, and your hero gets +1 attack. All right, we have another reprint, but this is with new art. This is Suppressing Fire. It's a tactic attached to a minion, max 1 per minion. When you attack and defeat attached minion, heal 2 damage from your hero. Another good card for her. It's another reprint is Bring It. Max 1 per phase. Hero action. Draw 1 card for each minion engaged with you, and it's an event. Then we have Coup de Grace. 3 copies. 2 cost event. Hero action attack. Defeat a non-elite minion with an upgrade attached. Ignore any when defeated abilities on that minion. And this is a card I'm really liking. Savage Strike. It costs 3. Well, I think that's just from the one I'm building deck ideas that this card is really amazing. When you make a basic attack, you get +6 attack for this attack. This attack gains piercing. So combine that with the sharp claws and the aggressive conditioning. Yeah, her basic attacks are gonna be crazy. We have a reprint of Audacity here. Max 1 per deck. After you spin this card, deal 1 damage to the villain. Then we have a basic card, Yellow Jacket, basic ally. He costs 3. 2 thwart, 2 consequential, 2 attack, 2 consequential, 3 hit points. An Avenger. Play only if you have the Avenger trait. Response. After Yellow Jacket enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an upgrade and add it to your hand. Okay. And then, of course, they've been doing alternate art now for the basic resources. So this is the new art for Civil War for Energy. That looks good. This is Civil War's Genius. And Civil War's Strength. So that's great. All right, her obligation is In Too Deep. Give to the Greer Nelson player. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose exhaust Greer Nelson, remove In Too Deep from the game, or each minion engaged with you activates against you. If no minions activate this way, In Too Deep gains surge, and then discard. Oh, wow, that's going to be rough. Her nemesis minion is the Hood. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 4 hit points. Criminal, steady, villainous. Forced response. After the Hood attacks, place 1 threat on Criminal Underworld side scheme. The nemesis side scheme is Criminal Underworld. Each criminal minion cannot take damage. It's got an acceleration token and comes in with 4 threat. We got the Hood's Mantle. Attached to the Hood, otherwise attached to the villain. After you make a basic attack against attached enemy, spend an energy strength resource to discard this card. He gets +1 scheme, +1 attack. Boost after the Hood. Attached to the Hood, otherwise attached to the villain. Then we have Madame Mask. She costs 2. She schemes for 2, attacks for 1, 3 hit points. She's a criminal. When revealed, place 2 threat on the Criminal Underworld side scheme. Otherwise, find Criminal Underworld and reveal it. And as a boost, place 2 threat on Criminal Underworld side scheme. Otherwise, it gets +2 boost icons. And then we have Jigsaw. Jigsaw's 1 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Criminal, quick strike. Force response. After Jigsaw attacks and damages a character, place 2 threat on the Criminal Underworld side scheme. All right, so that was Tigra's deck. The other hero we got was Hulkling. So let's take a look at Hulkling's deck. And again, I really apologize for the lighting. All right, so we got Hulkling here. So let's go to the Teddy Altman side. 4 scheme. He's Kree, Scroll, hand size 5, 13 hit points. So he's 1 shy from the magic 14. You cannot have more than 1 shapeshift upgrade in play. Shapeshifter action. Search your deck and discard pile for a shapeshift upgrade and add it to your hand. Limit once per round. And then Hulkling is a 1/1/1. Hand size 5 now. Avenger, Kree, Scroll. chosen shape. Force response. After a shapeshift upgrade enters play under your control, discard each other shapeshift upgrade you control and ready Hulkling. Okay. His signature ally is Wiccan. Wiccan costs 2 thwart, 1 attack, 2 hit points. Avenger Mystic. Response. After you play Wiccan from your hand, search your deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to your hand. Then you shuffle. We have the Altman Residence. 1 cost support, location, alter ego action, exhaust Altman's Residence, heal 2 damage from Teddy Altman, and shuffle 1 Hulkling card from your discard pile into your deck. We got Winged Shape here. This is the first shapeshift. 2 cost upgrade. It provides an energy mental shapeshift. Hulkling gets +1 thwart, +1 attack, and +1 defense, and gains the aerial trait. After you play an event, exhaust Winged Shape, remove 2 threat from a scheme. So these all have an ability when you play an event, which is nice. And they also provide 2 resources. But you can only have 1 out. So he's got a lot of built-in resources just in his kit cards. We have Hulk Shape here. 2 cost upgrade, shapeshift. Hulkling gets +2 attack and +1 defense. And after you play an event, exhaust Hulk Shape, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Oh, that one produced 2 strength, sorry. Then we have Armored Shape. 2 cost, shapeshift. Hulkling gets +1 attack, +2 defense, and gains Retaliate 1. After you play an event, exhaust Armored Shape, heal 2 damage from Hulkling, and it provides an energy strength. Then we have Imitation Shape, costs 2, shapeshift. Hulkling gets +2 thwart. When an enemy would attack you, it schemes instead. And hero response, after you play an event, exhausts an Imitation Shape, draw a card, and it provides 2 mental. Oh, wow. So this gives you the Nick Fury stealth suit ability, but it also provides 2 energy. Or, I mean, two mental, sorry. All right. Then we have Alien Physiology. It's a 3 cost upgrade. Resource. Exhaust Alien Physiology. Generate a wild resource or 2 resources instead of paying for a Hulkling card. So even more resources. And it provides a mental on its own, though. But if you can get it out, you've got a wild for anything. And 2 wilds for Hulkling cards. So that's amazing. We got 3 copies of Shapeshifter Strike. Attack, superpower, hero action, attack. Deal 5 damage to an enemy. Ready your shapeshift upgrade, which then, of course, means you can use its special ability again. Then we have 2 copies of Armored Defense. Defense, superpower, hero interrupt, defense. When an enemy attacks, deal 2 damage to it equal to your deal damage to it equal to your defense. After this attack, give Hulkling a tough status card. Then we've got 2 copies of Impersonation. Superpower, thwart. Hero action, thwart. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. If this removes the last threat from that scheme, you may change to alter ego. Okay. Then we got Shapeshifter. 1 copy. Cost 0. Superpower. Search your deck and discard pile for a shapeshift upgrade and add it to your hand. So it allows you to change shapes, or worse, you get a double resource card. All right, so he comes in protection. So first we got an ally here. Patriot. He costs 3, 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Avenger. Response. After you engage a minion, give Patriot a tough status card. So Tiger at Protection's going to love that. Love him. Okay, we have a reprint, but it's an amazing card. Brother Voodoo, he costs 3. 2 thwart with 2 consequential, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Avenger Mystic. Response. After Brother Voodoo enters play, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event card and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. We got Hidden Base here. Costs 2. It's a support. Location. Uses 3 stronghold counters. Alter ego response. After you change form, exhaust hidden base and remove 1 stronghold counter from it. Give your identity a tough status card. That's going to be really nice because it gives you a tough when you come back to hero. And like Colossus is just going to love that card for sure. All right, we have another reprint here, but it's a good card. The Night Nurse, cost 1. Persona, uses 3 medical counters. Action, exhaust the Night Nurse and remove 1 medical counter from her. Heal 1 damage from a hero and discard 1 status from it. Then we have Excelsior. It's a 1 cost upgrade. Kree Scroll Weapon. Restricted. Max 2 restricted cards per player. Response. After your hero defends against an enemy attack, spend an energy resource. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. So this is Yarbjorn for protection. All right. Then we got 3 copies of Defensive Conditioning. Play under any player's control. Max 1 per player. You get plus 3 hit points, and your hero gets plus 1 defense. Then we've got 3 copies of I Can Do This All Day. I Can Do This All Day. It's a defense card. Hero interrupt defense. When an enemy attacks, declare your hero as the defender without exhausting them. All right. Then we got 3 copies of Taunt. This is a reprint, but it's with a new art. The villain attacks you. Other characters cannot defend against this attack and draw 3 cards. Another reprint here. Tackle. Costs 3. Attack. Hero action attack. Stun an enemy. If you paid for this card using a strength resource, deal 3 damage to that enemy. And our last event is Cuts Both Way. Costs 0. Defense. Hero interrupt defense. When an enemy attacks, you gain Retaliate 1 until the end of the phase. Ooh, nice. And then we have a reprinted resource here. Preservation. Max 1 per deck. After you spin this card, heal 1 damage from your hero. Okay, then for basic, we got Iron Lad here. He's a 2 cost ally. 1 thwart, 1 attack, 3 hit points. He's an Avenger. When Iron Lad uses a basic power, exhaust another Avenger ally you control. Add that ally's matching power to Iron Lad's power for this use. Ooh, that's pretty nice. And then we got 3 copies of a card Dirk and I really love for basic decks. Assess the situation. Cost 0. Tactic. You get plus 1 hand size until the end of the phase. All right. Then his obligation is Complicated Lineage. Give to the Teddy Altman player. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose. Exhaust Teddy Altman. Remove Complicated Lineage from the game. Or you discard each shapeshift upgrade you control to discard. His signature nemesis is a Super Scroll. Cost 1. 1 scheme, 1 attack, 5 hit points. Elite Scroll. When Super Scroll attacks you, discard the top card of your deck. If that card's printed resource has energy, Super Scroll gets plus 2 attack for this attack. Mental, discard 1 card from your hand. Strength, gives Super Scroll a tough status card. Wild, discard an upgrade you control. The signature side scheme is Scroll Business, sorry. Force response. After any number of cards are discarded from the top of a player's deck, place those cards face down under the scheme. It's got an acceleration, and it's comes in with 5 threat. Then we got Fantastic Powers, plural. Superpower. Attached minion gets plus 3 hit points and gains Retaliate 1. When revealed, find Super Scroll, put him into play, engage with you, and attach Fantastic Powers to him. If you are in hero form, Super Scroll attacks you. He gets plus 1 scheme, plus 1 attack. Then we have 2 copies of You're Coming With Me. When revealed, alter ego, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different resource icon on the discarded cards. When revealed hero, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Take 1 damage for each different resource icon on the discarded cards. Energy, mental, strength, or wild. All right. So that was Hulkling. Again, I really wish I could figure out the problem with the lighting here, but I did not bring. I left my lights at Dirk's. So, all right. So the big thing with Civil War is we've got 2 sides. We've got the Resistance, which Captain America here is part of, and then we got the Registration, which Iron Man here is part of. So let's take a look at these cards. All right, so first we'll start with the Resistance. So we got Captain America 1, 1 scheme, 2 attack, Avenger. Setup. The enemy team finds Cap's shield and attaches it to Captain America. So these cards reference the enemy team. So it's referencing PvP mode, but I'm sure in the book they talk about it when you're playing in PvE. You ignore that. You ignore the enemy team part because you would be setting up the deck like you would with any villain. These are also called leaders, not villains, by the way. Force response. After Cap's shield is attached to Captain America, give him a tough status card. All right, then we got Captain America 2. He's got 2 scheme, 2 attacks, so his scheme went up by 1. He's also steady. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. Captain America cannot take damage this phase. Force response. After Cap's shield is attached to Captain America, give him a tough status. So that part's the same. Then we got Captain America Stage 3. 2 scheme, 2 attack, Avenger. The enemy team finds Cap's shield and attaches it to Captain America. After Cap's shield is attached to Captain America, give him a tough status. And then we got Stage 4. Captain America Scheme of 2, attack of 3, steady. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. Captain America cannot take damage this phase. After Cap's shield is attached to Captain America, give him a tough status card. So he's steady on stage 2 and 4. So I'm wondering if expert you play 3 and 4 instead of 2 and 3. Okay, so superhero. This is one of the main schemes. There's actually multiple main schemes. Oh yeah, right here. Chosen leader 1 and 2, 3 and 4 for expert mode. Okay. Chosen leader set, a standard set, and then 3 to 4 modular sets. Interesting. Okay. Setup. In competitive mode, the enemy team finds the choosing side scheme and your team reveals it. In cooperative mode, find the chosen leader's side scheme and reveal it. Okay, so you're starting with a side scheme, apparently. Just depends on what mode you're playing. We got gathering support, 7 threshold per player. If there's more than 1 player on your team, the stage gains hinder 2 per player. When revealed, the enemy team searches the encounter deck for 1 per player minion and deals 1 to each player on your team as a face-down encounter card. Oh, we got another person join us. I thought we had a little more there for a minute. Again, I apologize for the lighting, and it's hard to read the cards. I so apologize. I do not have my lighting here. It's at Dirk's. Then stage 2A, we got resistant tactics and story. I'm not going to go over the story right now. So this is Secret Avengers. 9 threat per player. The enemy leader gets +1 attack while attacking and +2 attack instead if the attack is undefended. It starts with 0 and it's 1 threat per player. Then we got Cap Shield, and I love that the art is the same as the hero. That is just really cool. Permanent attached to Captain America. Attached character gets retaliate 1 and attacks against them lose piercing. Force response. After a hero or Captain America leader uses their attack to attack and damage attached character, attach Captain Shield to that attacker. So the shield is going to bounce back and forth between Captain America and the heroes if you use your basic attack. So that's pretty cool. But every time Captain America gets the shield back, then he gains a tough, and you lose piercing. So the tough doesn't just wash away if you have piercing. So that's really cool. Oh, and the back is different. That's kind of interesting. I wonder if that's going to be like a new thing with like permanents, so you can find them easier. I usually use a different colored sleeve. All right. Then we have Cap's helmet attached to Captain America. Captain America gains stalwart. Hero response. After you make a basic attack against Captain America, spend 3 resources of the same type. Discard this card. And a boost, reveal this card. And gives Cap +1 scheme. Then we have 2 copies of Super Soldier Serum, just like the hero does. And it's attached to Captain America. Force interrupt. When Captain America attacks, this attack gains overkill. At the end of this attack, discard this card. And boost, reveal this card. And it gives him +2 attack. Then we've got Shield Block. Again, I love that the art matches. When revealed, if Cap's shield is attached to Captain America, give him a tough status card and a face-down boost card. Otherwise, attach Cap's shield to him and give him a face-down boost card. Then we have 2 copies of Shield Toss. When revealed, Alter Ego, Captain America schemes. When revealed, Hero, if Cap's shield is attached to Captain America, deal 2 damage to each character you control. Otherwise, attach Cap's shield to Captain America. All right. Then we got 2 copies of Heroic Strike. When revealed, Alter Ego, discard an ally or upgrade you control. When revealed, Hero, Captain America attacks you. If this attack damages a character, stun that character. Now, this is new art because they want to make it thematic. So I do like that. I like that they're reusing the art and then make sure that they have some thematic art for Captain America versus Iron Man. So that's really cool. They made some really good choices on the art. Then we have, this is Captain America's personal side scheme. So if you're playing cooperative, this would start the game, I think, out. 3 threat per player. It's got to amplify. When defeated, attach Cap's shield to Captain America. He activates against a player who defeats the scheme. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. All right, then we have one of the new modular sets is called New Avengers, and we have Falcon, of course. Falcon's going to always be by Cap's side. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial Avenger, Teamwork Avenger. When defeated, give this card to the enemy leader as a face-down boost card. Okay. And then as a boost, you are confused. If you were already confused, this card gains +2 threat. So you already know when you defeat Falcon, when Cap activates against the first player, you're going to get confused. We got Hercules here. 1 scheme, 3 attack, 4 hit points. He's an Avenger. Teamwork Avenger. When defeated, give this card to the enemy leader as a face-down boost card. You are stunned. If you were already stunned. Okay, so we got a confused and we have a stun. Wow. Then we got Goliath. 1 scheme, 2 attack. Teamwork Avenger. When defeated, give this card. Okay, again. This is the tough. Give the enemy leader a tough status. If they are already tough, then it gets +2. So we got all 3 statuses. We got a confused, we got a strength, and we have a tough. All right. Then we have Freedom Fighters. When revealed, resolve the boost ability of each minion in play. If no boost abilities was resolved this way, this card gains Surge. And boost, resolve the boost ability of each minion engaged with the... Oh my goodness. So with all those stunning and confusing and giving Captain America a tough, wow. All right, then we have New Avengers. Comes in with 3 threat. It's a hazard. Hinder 1 per player. When defeated, shuffle each minion in the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Just when you thought it was safe to get away from those minions, nope. All right, then we have Secret Avengers. Now, one thing I noticed is Teamwork Avengers. So they're not distinguishing between New Avengers and Secret Avengers. So There a lot of teamwork is going to trigger. Um, so it's 2 scheme, 2 attack, teamwork Avengers. When defeated, give this card to the enemy leader as a face down boost. Exhaust each upgrade you control. So this is, again, more boost fun for Captain America. Spectrum, 2 scheme, 2 attack, aerial Avenger, teamwork Avenger. Give this card to the enemy leader as a face down boost card. Exhaust a character you control. Freedom Fighters, resolve the boost ability of each minion in play. If no boost abilities were resolved this way, it gains Surge. Boost, resolve the boost ability of each minion engaged with you. Wow. They really want those boost powers to kick in. Oh, this card Caleb mentioned in the live stream. Switching sides. Discard an ally you control. In competitive mode, any player on the enemy team may spend resources equal to that ally's cost to put it into play under their control. If no ally left play this way, this card gains Surge. Ooh, that is interesting. I like it. That is really cool. Then we got Secret Avengers. Starts with 3 threat, hinder 1 per player. When defeated, the enemy team searches the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for a card. Give this card to the enemy leader as a face down boost card. All right, then we have Namor. So Namor, he's got 1 scheme, 1 attack, 6 hit points, Atlantis Elite. He's stalwart, tough, and villainous. When revealed, Namor activates against you. Then we got Neptune's Trident. Gives +1 attack. Attached to Namor. Otherwise attached to the enemy leader. Attached character's attacks gain piercing. Spend an energy strength resource to discard this card. Then we have the Horn of Proteus. 1 cost scheme. Attached to Namor. Otherwise attached to the enemy leader. Force interrupt. When attached character schemes, give it a tough status card. Spend a mental strength to get rid of it. Then we have Imperious Rex. When revealed, if Namor is in play, he activates against you. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against you. As a boost, give the activating enemy an additional boost card. And then we have the Ruler of Atlantis. Starts with 3 threat, hinder 1 per player. Each Atlantis minion cannot take damage, and it's got an amplify. All right. Then we have the Atlanteans. So we have an Atlantean guard. 1 scheme, 2 attack, guard. Discard the top 3 cards of your deck. And we have 3 copies of Atlantean guards. Then we have the Atlanteans. When revealed, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. If you are in alter ego form, place 1 threat on the main scheme for each different card type discarded this way. Hero form, take 1 indirect damage for each different card type discarded this way. And then we have Atlantis Attacks. It's 3 threat, hinder 1 per player. When revealed, discard the top 1 per player card of your deck. Place 1 acceleration token here for each different card type discarded this way. All right, then we have a reference card here. This is the cooperative reference card. The leader in play is called the enemy leader. Text that refers to the villain applies to the enemy leader. Text that refers to the enemy team applies to the players. Resolve these abilities using the Grimm rule. Imagine what an opponent would do if it were their choice. Text that refers to your leader cannot be resolved. These abilities typically have an alternate way to be resolved. Do as much as you can. And then we have the competitive reference card. Cards in the enemy team game are not cards in the enemy team's game are not in play in your game area. Their ability have no impact on your game unless they specifically reference to something in your game area. Text that refers to the villain or the enemy leader only applies to the leader in your game area. Text that refers to your leader only applies to the leader in the enemy team's game area. Text that refers to the players, each player per player only applies to the players on your team. And when the enemy leader attacks your leader, the first player on your team gives the enemy leader a boost card and resolves the attack. Okay. All right. So the second the second resistance leader is Spider-Woman. She's got a 1 scheme, 2 attack Avenger setup. The enemy team finds Finesse and attaches it to Spider-Woman. Force interrupt. When Spider-Woman would attack, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter on Finesse for this attack. Remove all skill counters from Finesse. So for standard, we're doing 1, 2. So this is the second stage. We got Spider-Woman 2. 2 scheme, 2 attack, Avenger, steady. Deal each player an encounter card. Spider-Woman cannot take damage this phase. Force interrupt. So this is for the attack. When Spider-Woman attacks, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter on Finesse for this attack and remove each skill counter from Finesse. So she's building up for some big attacks, it looks like. Then if you play Expert, you're going to start with stage 3 here. So we got stage 3, Spider-Woman, 2 scheme, 2 attack, setup. The enemy team finds Finesse and attaches it to Spider-Woman. Force interrupt. When Spider-Woman attacks, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter on Finesse. For this attack, remove each skill counter from Finesse. So did she have that on stage 1? Oh, she did. Okay, I just missed that. Okay. So Finesse is always triggering no matter what stage you're in, apparently. Spider-Woman 4, 2 scheme, 3 attack, steady. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. Spider-Woman cannot take damage this phase. When Spider-Woman attacks, she gets +1 attack for each skill counter on Finesse. For this attack, remove each skill counter from Finesse. All right. Then stage 1A of the main scheme is Superhero Resistance. Again, the chosen leader, 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now, the big thing is you can't mix resistance and registration heroes or schemes. So you would have to pick a resistance hero. So either Captain America or Spider-Woman or Vision when the Synthesoid Smackdown comes out. Setup. In competitive mode, the enemy team finds the choosing side scheme and your team reveals it. In cooperative mode, find the chosen leader side scheme and reveal it. Oops, I forgot to do 1B. On 1B, comes in Open Rebellion, 7 threat per player. We add 1 threat per player per turn. If there's more than 1 player on your team, the stage gains Hinder 2 per player. When a player reveals a treachery, place 1 threat here. 2A, we got more of the story. 2B, we got Neighborhood Protectors, 9 threat per player. When revealed, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 per player side schemes and deals 1 to each player on your team as a face-down encounter card. Ooh, fun. All right, then we got the Finesse card here. So Finesse is permanent, max 3 skill counters here. When a treachery is revealed, place 1 skill counter here. And then when she attacks, then she gets to get bonuses to attack. So that's kind of cool. And again, this has the unique back. So that looks like, I wonder if that's going to be a new thing with permanents for villains. Then we got Containment Immunity. And again, I love it. It's the same art as the Spider-Woman hero. 2 copies, +1 scheme. Attached to Spider-Woman. When Spider-Woman would be stunned or confused, discard this card instead and give her a tough status card. And as a boost, reveal this card. And there was 2 copies of that. Again, just like her hero form, we got 2 copies of each of these. This is great. Pheromones. When revealed, you are stunned and confused. Place 1 skill counter on Finesse. Boost, you are stunned. Otherwise, you are confused. Man, that is just so thematic. I just love it. Um, Venom Blast, 2 copies. When revealed alter ego, this card gains surge. When revealed hero, Spider-Woman attacks you. If this attack remove the following skill counters from finesse. 1 gains range, 2 gains piercing, 3 gains overkill. That is just so cool. I just love it. Inconspicuous, 2 copies, of course. When revealed, choose. Discard the highest cost card you control or Spider-Woman schemes. And as a boost, this card gets +1 for each status card on your identity. All right. Then she's got her side scheme, which is the self-propelled glide. Forced interrupt. When Spider-Woman would take damage from an attack, reduce the amount of damage she takes by 1 for each skill counter on finesse. Comes in with an acceleration token, 3 threat per player. All right, the first module we have is Spider-Man. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points, Avenger Elite. When revealed, Spider-Man attacks each character with Tangled Up attached. If no attack was made this way, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Tangled Up and gives it to you as a face-down encounter card. Then we got 2 copies of Tangled Up attached to your leader, otherwise attached to your lead, otherwise attached to your hero. Forced interrupt. When attached character would scheme, thwart, or attack, discard this card instead. And as a boost, if the Spider-Man minion is in play, reveal this card. Then we got Spectacular. It's a treachery. When revealed, place 2 threat on the main scheme. In competitive mode, remove 2 threat from your leader's main scheme. Then the side scheme we have is Neighborhood Hero. Comes in with 2 threat, amplify. When revealed in competitive mode, move 2 threat from your leader's main scheme to this scheme. Otherwise, place 2 threat per player here. Oh, so you're cleaning up your leaders from your leader's main scheme. Oh, okay. So it's making it easier up for the enemy. Okay. Then we have the defenders here. So we got Luke Cage, 1 scheme, 2 attack, 1 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points. Defender, when revealed, stun your leader. Otherwise, you are stunned. And as a boost, stun your leader. Otherwise, you are stunned. We got Jessica Jones. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. She's a defender. When revealed, confuse your leader. Otherwise, you are confused. And as a boost, sorry about that, folks. Okay, Jessica Jones. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 3 hit points. Defender. When revealed, confuse your leader. Otherwise, you are confused. And as a boost, confuse your leader. Otherwise, you are confused. Then we have Protect the Innocents. Give the enemy leader and each minion a tough status card. If the enemy leader was already tough, this card gains Surge. And then we have Street Defenders. Each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against you. Do not give it a boost for this activation. Damn it. Sorry, somebody's really is calling me here. All right. The defenders. So now we got the defender's side scheme is hinder 1 per player. Each minion gains guard. Has an acceleration token and comes in with 3 threat. I'm going to turn my phone off. Just give me a second here. Okay. All right. Then we have Hell's Kitchen. It's this is the next module, Hell's Kitchen. Daredevil. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points, defender. When revealed, the enemy team exhausts a character you control. And as a boost, exhaust a character you control. Then we have Iron Fist. 1 scheme, 3 attack, 4 hit points, defender. When revealed, Iron Fist attacks your leader. Otherwise, Iron Fist activates against you. And as a boost, the enemy leader attacks your leader. After this activation, do not give it a boost for this attack. So we're getting 2 attacks, basically, against leaders in competitive mode, looks like. Then we've got Resistance Fighter. 1 scheme, 1 attack. Attach the minion of the enemy's team choice. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. Attach minion gets +4 hit points and gains Stalwart. Ooh. And the enemy team gets to choose. Interesting. Boost. Attach this card to a minion engaged with you. And then we have Street Defenders. Wait, isn't that what that other card was called? Oh, it's the same card. Okay, but this is the Hell's Kitchen version. Okay, so we have another copy of Street Defenders. Each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against you. Do not give it a boost. Okay, so we have this same card in 2 different modules. Okay. Then we got Defend Hell's Kitchen. Comes in with 3 threat. Hinder 1 per player. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme while a defender minion is in play. Has a hazard. Then we have Cloak and Dagger. So, Cloak. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 4 hit points, defender. When revealed, place 2 threat on a scheme. In competitive mode, remove 2 threat from your leader's main scheme. And a boost, if Dagger is in play, reveal Cloak. Otherwise, place 1 threat on the scheme. And then we have Dagger. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. When revealed, heal 2 damage from the enemy leader. Deal 2 damage to a character you control. And a boost, if Cloak is in play, reveal Dagger. Otherwise, deal 1 damage to a character you control. Then we have Dark Force. +1 scheme. Attached to the enemy leader and give them a tough status card. Force response. After attached leader schemes and places threat on the main scheme, remove an equal amount of threat from your leader's main scheme. Discard this card. We have Light Force. When revealed, heal 3 damage from the enemy leader. Take 3 indirect damage. And then the side scheme comes in with 3 threats. Crisis. Hinder 1 per player. Heal 3 damage from the enemy leader and give them a tough status card. Okay, so that was the Captain America and Spider-Woman's starter scenario setup. They also mentioned that there were 4 stage 1s and 4 stage 2 main schemes that you can mix and match. And so that's what these cards are. So we've got Superhero Resistance. So this is the same thing in competitive mode. Blah, blah, blah. We'll just skip that part because that's the same. So this is 7 threat per player. 1 threat per player per turn. If there's more than 1 player on your team, gains Hinder 2. Each minion gains Guard. So this one gives all the minions Guard. This one makes the enemy leader steady. This one, 9 threat per player. +1 per turn. After a status card is placed on the enemy leader, place 1 threat here. Okay. That's guerrilla warfare. Yeah. And Superhero Jailbreak. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player discards the top card of the encounter deck. Each player who discards a minion this way puts it into play. Engage with them. Okay. Then we have a new standard set. Standard PvP. So we got Righteous Cause here. When revealed, the enemy leader schemes. If there is more than 1 player on your team, give the enemy leader an additional boost for this activation. Whatever it takes. When revealed alter ego, the enemy leader attacks your leader. When revealed hero, the enemy leader attacks you. We got targeted strike. When revealed, the enemy team searches the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for a card and deals it to you as a face-down encounter card. And as a boost, this card gains 1 for each player on your team. Oh, we have 2 copies of that card. Then we have choose sides. This is a permanent. The enemy leader cannot take more than 2 damage from each attack. Oh, wow. After the last threat is removed from here, the enemy team searches the top 5 cards of the encounter deck for 1 per player encounter cards and deals 1 to each player as a face-down encounter card. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you affect the other team, and now their leader can take more than 2 damage per attack. Okay. Oh, and then flip this card. And this is a double-sider. Now it's personal. Give to the first player. Remove this card from the game. Each player on your team chooses 2 of your leaders' set-aside player cards and adds them to their hand. And these are the player cards for the Resistance. So first we got Captain America. No, you move. When the enemy leader would attack you, attach Cap's shield to your Captain America leader and resolve this attack against him instead. And then discard this card. Then we got Fighting Dirty, 2-cost event. Your Captain America leader attacks the enemy leader. If you spent a strength resource to pay for this event, stun the enemy leader. Now these cards go in your hand. Okay, so then we have Recruited by Cap, costs 3. Choose a minion. Oh, this is the card Caleb mentioned, I think. Choose a minion engaged with you and choose a player on the enemy team. That minion engages that player. Okay, yeah. So there's a really annoying minion that's engaged with you. Then you turn around and, yeah, that's pretty fun. Okay. And then we have the People's Hero. After you spend this resource, give your Captain America leader a face-down boost, and it provides 2 wilds. That's really cool. And then for Spider-Woman, we have Double Agent. 2-cost event. Remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Place 2 threat on your leader's main scheme. Then we got Spider Blast. Your Spider-Woman leader attacks the enemy leader. If you spent a mental resource to pay for this event, confuse the enemy leader. Hard to hit. Attach your Spider-Woman leader and give her a tough status card. After attached Spider-Woman resolves an attack, place 2 skill counters on her finesse attachment. Discard this card. And then we got Secret Contact. Hero response. After you spend this resource, place 2 skill counters on your Spider-Woman's leader's finesse attachment. And it provides 2 wild. All right, so, wow, that is a lot of cards. And we're not even done yet. All right, so that was the Resistance. Now the registration is Iron Man and Captain Marvel. So Iron Man Stage 1, which of course you would do when you're starting standard. Scheme of 1, attack of 1. He's an Avenger. Iron Man gets +1 scheme for each tech attachment on him to a maximum +3 scheme. And set up, the enemy team searches the encounter deck for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reveals it. Stage 2, he's a 1/2. He's steady. Iron Man gets +1 scheme for each tech attachment on him to a max of +3 scheme. And when revealed, deal each player an encounter card. Iron Man cannot take damage this phase. Stage 3, which of course is what you start with, an expert. 1 scheme, 2 attack. Iron Man gets +1 scheme for each tech attachment. Set up, the enemy team searches the encounter deck for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reveals it. And stage 4, 1 scheme, 3 attack, steady. Iron Man gets +1 scheme for each tech attachment on him to a maximum of +3 scheme. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. Iron Man cannot take damage this phase. All right. So the main scheme is Superhero Registration Act. Again, the chosen leader, that's the same as we saw before. And in competitive mode, you find the choosing side scheme and your team reveals it. In cooperative mode, you find the chosen leader's side scheme. We have cutoff support, seven threat per player, 1 threat per player per turn. Again, if you have more than 1 player on your team, it's hinder 2 per player. Force interrupt. When a player reveals a treachery, place 1 threat here. Limit once per phase per player. Stage 2 is more story. Then we have the negative zone prison. So 9 threat per player, 1 threat per player per turn. Reduce the target threat value of this scheme by 1 for each face down card under it. After an ally is defeated by an enemy attack, place that ally face down under the scheme. So they're getting captured. So that's kind of cool. Then again, we got the same art as the Iron Man hero. So this is really cool. Powered gauntlets attached to Iron Man. Iron Man's attacks gain range. And hero response, after you make a basic attack against Iron Man, spend an energy strength to discard this card. Reveal this card. And gives him +1 attack. And of course, it gives him +1 scheme as well. But then we got the jet boots attached to Iron Man. Iron Man gains the aerial trait. After you make a basic attack against Iron Man, spend an energy strength to discard this card. And as a boost, reveal this card. Gives him +1 attack and +1 scheme. Mark 5 helmet attached to Iron Man and give him a tough status card. Iron Man gains stalwart. Hero response, after you make a basic attack against Iron Man, spend a mental strength resource to discard this card. Then we got the arc reactor attached to Iron Man and give him a tough status card. Iron Man gains retaliate 1. After you make a basic attack against Iron Man, you can spend a mental strength to discard this card. And then we have the Mark 5 armor attached to Iron Man. When Iron Man would take any amount of damage, place it here instead. Then if there's at least 5 damage here, discard this card and then reveal this card. All right. Then we've got Repulsor Blasts. When revealed, alter ego, discard an upgrade or support you control. When revealed hero, discard the top 4 cards of your deck for each printed mental and for each printed energy and wild resource discarded this way. Deal 1 damage to your hero. Oh, we got some new people join. Hello. Again, I apologize for it's hard to read the cards because of my poor lighting. My good lights are at Dirk's. I apologize for that. We have 2 copies of Supersonic Punch. When revealed, alter ego. Iron Man schemes. If he has a tech attachment, you are confused. When revealed, hero. Iron Man attacks you. If he has a tech attachment, this attack gains piercing. I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably download this and I'll put overlays of the cards at some point so that this will be more readable. But that'll be a little bit before I can do that. Then we got the Stark Tower here. Hazard. 3 threat per player. When defeated, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reveals it. All right, then the first module we have is the Mighty Avengers. 2 scheme, 1 attack, 4 hit points, an Avenger. He's tough. When revealed, give the enemy leader a tough status card. As a boost, give the enemy leader a tough status card. Then we have Wasp. 1 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. Aerial Avenger. Teamwork Avenger. When revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. And as a boost, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Then we got U.S. Agent. Minion. 1 scheme, 2 attack. Retaliate 1. Toughness. When revealed, deal 1 damage to your identity. Deal 1 damage to your identity as a boost. Then we got the Mighty Avengers. When revealed, resolve the when revealed ability of each minion in play. If no when revealed abilities were recovered or resolved this way, this card gains Surge. And the side scheme is Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Hinder 1 per player. Each Avenger minion gains the printed keywords of each other Avenger's minion. Ooh, that's cool. And it comes in with a amplify. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. All right, then we have the initiative. We have Doc Samson here. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points, Avenger, Gamma, Guard. You are confused. If you are already confused, place 2 threat on the main scheme. And as a boost, you are confused. We got Hellcat. So Hellcat's got 1 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points. She's an Avenger. Quick strike. When revealed, you are stunned. If you are already stunned, take 2 indirect damage. And as a boost, you are stunned. Then we got Drafted. Attached minions gets +2 hit points and gains the Avenger's trait. When revealed, in competitive mode, the enemy team attaches Drafted to a minion engaged with them, and that minion engages you. Otherwise, discarded cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Reveal that minion and attach Drafted to. Oh, cool. So they're grabbing each other's minions. So we saw one of those cards in the Resistance, and now we got one in the registration as well. That's cool. I like it. And another copy of Mighty Avengers. Okay. And then the last initiative we have is the 50 State Initiative. Comes in with 3 threat, hinder 1. When defeated, shuffle each Avenger minion in the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck, and it comes in with a crisis. All right, then we have Maria Hill as a module. Maria Hill has 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points, elite shield, retaliate 2. The enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Life Model Decoy and attaches it to Maria. Then we have 2 copies of Life Model Decoy. Tech. The enemy team attaches this card to a minion or their leader. Limit 1 per character. Attached character gains Stalwart. When attached character would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent that damage and discard this card instead. Then we have Executive Order. It's a treachery. Place 2 threat on each scheme. If Maria Hill is in play, this card gains Surge. And as a boost, if Maria Hill is in play, this card gets +3 boosts. Then we have the Shield Helicarrier. Comes in with 3 threat. Hinder 1 per player. When defeated, the player who defeats the scheme deals 1 damage to each character they control and each minion engaged with them. And it comes in with a hazard. Oh, interesting. So it's like the Shield Helicarrier just opened up and didn't care. Friend or foe, it's just raining missiles down, apparently. All right, then we have Dangerous Recruits. So we got Venom. 1 scheme, 3 attack, 4 hit points. He's a Thunderbolt. Venom's attack gain piercing. When revealed, Venom attacks your leader. Otherwise, Venom activates against you. Okay. Then we got Bullseye. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 3 hit points, Thunderbolt. When revealed, the enemy team discards an attachment from your leader. Otherwise, discard an upgrade you control. We have Justice Like Lightning. When revealed, each minion activates against the player it is engaged with. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against you. Do not give it a boost for this activation. We have Excessive Force. When revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme for each minion in play. Otherwise, this card gains Surge. And as a boost, the enemy leader attacks your leader. After this activation, do not give it a boost card for that attack. Then we got Dangerous Recruits. Hinder 1 per player. Force interrupt when a minion is defeated. Give it to the enemy leader as a face-down boost. As an acceleration, comes in with 3 threat. And then we have the reference card that we saw with the other side. So what we saw with the Resistance. So that's kind of cool. The second leader we have is Captain Marvel. So in standard, stage 1, 1 scheme, 2 attack, Aerial Avenger. Set up, the enemy team finds energy channel and attaches it to Captain Marvel. Force response. After Captain Marvel attacks and defeats a character, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. Stage 2. She's a 2/2, steady. Deal each player an encounter card. Captain Marvel cannot take damage this phase. Force response. After Captain Marvel attacks and defeats a character, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. And then for expert, stage 3 here we got is 2/2 setup. The enemy team finds energy channel and attaches it to Captain Marvel. And force response. After Captain Marvel attacks and defeats a character, place 1 energy channel and 1 energy counter on energy channel. Bleh. Then stage 4, she's a 2/3, steady. Deal each player an encounter card. Captain Marvel cannot take damage. And after Captain Marvel attacks and defeats a character, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. All right. The Superhero Registration Act. So this is the same that we saw. So side 1A is the same. So you don't know what the 1B is. So that's kind of cool. Shield recruits, 7 threat per player, 1 threat per player per turn. If there's more than 1 player, you hinder 2 per player. The enemy team searches the encounter deck for 1 per player minion and deals 1 to each player on your team as a face-down encounter card. Stage 2 is hunting rebel heroes. Each hero gains the unregistered trait. Force response. After another card is revealed that gives 1 or more heroes the unregistered trait, deal 2 damage to each of those heroes. Then the energy channel is after a leader, hero, or ally attacks Captain Marvel, place 1 energy counter here. Then, if there's at least 4 energy counters here, remove all of them. Captain Marvel attacks that character. This attack gains overkill. Oh, interesting. So you got to be careful who adds the 4th counter. Okay. Captain Marvel's helmet. Attached to Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel gains stalwart. After you make a basic attack against Captain Marvel, spend 3 resources of the same type to discard this card. It's a boost, reveal this card, plus 1 scheme. Cosmic Flight, attached to Captain Marvel. When Captain Marvel would take more than 3 damage from an attack, reduce that amount to 3, then discard this card. And as a boost, reveal this card, plus 1 attack. She's got 2 copies of Photonic Blast. Alter Ego, discard an ally or support you control. Hero, Captain Marvel attacks you, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. Then we have 2 copies of Crisis Interdiction. Captain Marvel schemes, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. When revealed, hero, place 2 threat on each scheme. We have 2 copies of Energy Absorption. Place 1 energy counter on energy channel. Heal 1 damage from Captain Marvel for each energy counter on energy channel. And as a boost, place 1 energy counter on energy channel. And then her Alpha Flight Station. 3 threat per player. Amplify when defeated. Place 3 energy counters on energy channel. All right. Then she comes in with the Cape Killer. So Cape Killer, we have 2 copies, 1 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points, shield, quick strike. When Cape Killer attacks an identity with an unregistered trait, it gets plus 2 attack for this attack. Then we have unregistered super. Your identity gains the unregistered trait. Alter Ego, discard an identity-specific card from your hand to discard this card. And it comes in with an acceleration. Bring them in. When revealed, exhaust each unregistered identity. Otherwise, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of unregistered super and deal it to you as a face-down encounter card. Now, I thought it said the game. So when you get to stage 2, you are unregistered automatically. Oh, that's interesting. So that 1 card, unregistered super, is only for stage 1. When once you've defeated the first stage of the scheme, or once the first stage of the scheme is completed, then you're in trouble. So you do not want that first one to complete. We have arrest order, hinder 1 per player. The defeating player deals the topmost shield minion in the encounter discard pile to themselves as a face down encounter card. Okay, and it's a crisis. Then we have martial law. So we have a shield soldier. We have 3 copies. 1/1, 3 hit points. Put the topmost shield minion in the encounter discard pile into play. Engage with you. Boost. Put this minion into play. Engage with you. We got rapid response here. Treachery. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. If you are in alter ego form, place threat on the main scheme equal to that minion's scheme. Hero form, deal damage to your hero equal to that minion's attack. Then we have a shield patrol. 3 threat. It's an amplify, hinder 1. Each minion gains guard. Then we have heroes for hire. So we have Colleen Wing, 1 scheme, 2 attack. Heroes for hire. When revealed, choose an ally you control. The enemy team chooses instead. If you have the unregistered trait, discard that ally. Oh, wow. That could be really bad if you're playing with a Voltron. It's like, bye-bye, Voltron. Shang-Chi, 2 scheme, 2 attack, 4 hit points, hero for hire. When revealed, choose an upgrade you control. The enemy team chooses instead, if you have the unregistered trait, discard that upgrade. Oh, wow. Oh, that's fun. Another copy of Unregistered Super. Bounty hunting. When revealed, discard 1 card from your hand at random if you're unregistered. There you go, Dirk. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each resource icon on that card. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Heroes for hire. Hinder 1. The enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a copy of Unregistered Super and deals it to the defeating player as a face down encounter card. Has a hazard. Comes in with 3 threat. We have Paladin, who's an elite hero for hire. 2 scheme, 2 attack, 5 hit points, quickness, or quick strike, toughness. When revealed, discard 1 card from your hand at random if you're unregistered. 2 copies of Paladin's Pistol, attached to Paladin, otherwise attached to the enemy leader. Forced interrupt. When attached character attacks, this attack gains range and overkill. Discard this card after the attack. Sorry. We have Bounty Hunting. When revealed, discard 1 card from your hand at random. If you're unregistered, place 1 threat on the main scheme for each resource icon on that card. Ooh, that would really suck if it was like Domino's Jackpot or something. Government Contractor, 3 threat, acceleration token, hinder 1 per player. Each identity gains the unregistered trait. All right. Then, of course, there's, just like in the Resistance, there is 2 more Stage 1 and 2 more Stage 2 schemes. So here we have Homeland Security, 7 threat per player. If there's more than 1 player on your team, the stage gains hinder 2. Each minion gains guard. We have Public Outrage. If there's more than 1 player, that's the same. But after resolving step 1 of the villain phase, each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck. It's milling your deck. The Initiative, this is a stage 2. The enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for 1 threat per player side scheme and deals 1 to each player on your team as a face down encounter card. No going back. 9 threat per player. Allies interplay exhausted. Okay. And then we have standard PvP. So these cards are the same that we saw with the Resistance. And then Iron Man's cards are, this is a 2-cost event. Your Iron Man leader schemes do not give him a boost card for this activation. We got Target Lock, 2-cost event. Your Iron Man leader attacks the enemy leader. If you spend a mental resource to pay for this event, choose an attachment on the enemy leader with the text Hero Response or Hero Interrupt and discard it. Okay, so you got Sunfire's ability. We have a high-tech suit, 1-cost upgrade. Attached to your Iron Man leader, counts as a tech attachment. Oh, nice. Hero action. Spend an energy strength resource to discard this card. Any player may trigger this ability. Has an acceleration token. And then we have Suit Up, which is a double wild resource. After you spend this resource, give your Iron Man leader a tough status. Then Captain Marvel. She's got provoked response. When the enemy leader would attack you, it attacks your Captain Marvel leader instead. She cannot take more than 3 damage from this attack. Discard. You started this 2-cost event. Action, your Captain Marvel leader attacks the enemy leader. If you spent an energy resource to pay for this event, confuse the enemy leader. We have an Alpha Flight Recruit. 0-cost upgrade attached to an ally. After any number of energy counters are placed on your Captain Marvel leader energy channel attachment, heal 1 damage from attached ally. Oh, nice. And then we have Raw Power. Provides 2 wild. After you spend this resource, place 2 energy counters on your Captain Marvel leader energy channel attachment. All right, well, that was a lot of cards. This is a very long video. Well over an hour. Again, I apologize for the blurriness. I will definitely touch this up at some point. It might be a while, but yeah, I definitely want to have probably a cleaner version. But we're looking forward to Civil War. We'll definitely be playing like Tigra and Hulkling's precons, and then we'll be doing decks, and we'll be playing some games of PvP, and of course PvE as well. So probably more PvE than PvP, but we'll see. All right, well, anyways, thank you for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, and click the notification bell.